Everything changes. The organization has evolved virtually every decade. Even though things are not easy, you still have to be thinking about the future. We had Jill Harvey, and we looked at it and said, we better start the Cattlemen's Young Leaders program. She carried that on her back, and we got what I think is one of the best youth programs in the world. We then were beginning that conversation on sustainability. Should we be part of the GRSB, the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef? But if we're going to do that, it only works if it works for producers. And McDonald's said, let's do a pilot project. And one of the world's biggest customers for beef says Canada's the best place to look at one of their most innovative programs they've ever embarked on. That's one of the things that gives you one of the greatest satisfaction. We started to have those conversations, develop the pilot program in a process with Cargill and with McDonald's, and that led to the CRSB. And having great people like Fawn Jackson, she worked really, really hard pulling people together, and we developed a trust level that we could do something really special here. And it really is the leading roundtable in the world. We're the first country in the world to get a verified sustainable beef claim.
When I joined the Western Stock Growers, cattlemen were seen as the stalwarts of the country, the big hat and the Marlborough man riding his horse across the range. He was leading edge of looking after the country. And over the last however many years, that's turned right around. They became the bad guys. They were the ones that were raping the countryside, eating the grass and producing the carbon dioxide. And this turnaround took many cattlemen totally by surprise. One day they were the good guys, and the next day they were the bad guys, and they didn't know how to respond.
That began that really important relationship with the conservation groups. We started to really engage with them on how could we do things, and that's what started things like Guardians of the Grasslands. Like, everybody's flagging these problems of deforestation, but when the real issue up here is all of our native grasslands are being, either urbanized or cultivated. When you go to something like the UN Food System Summit, when you have Nature Conservancy as our co-host in a dialogue about the importance of raising cattle and the environment, it sends a pretty strong message. And we work very closely with WWF, with Ducks Canada, and we go to the federal government and we talk to them, and we have the conservation groups that are champions there with us. I don't care who you are, it's pretty hard to ignore that. It's back to taking a more active role in telling that positive story about our industry. We're going to go with a new logo. You see a cow, but this one's going to show symbolically the water and the grass and the environment. We're going to move with changing our name to Canadian Cattle Association. We're incredibly proud of CCA. It's not that we're trying to reinvent ourselves. It's part of sustainability as well. You need new people and young people coming into our industry, and there's incredible demand for high quality Canadian beef. We think it's important people look at our industry as an industry of the future.